Hello, everybody. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world, and welcome to episode 5 of Rolo Runs the City. I'm your co-host JT, and I'm also on the other end with my brother from another mother, Rolo C, aka Rolo Runs the City, and he literally runs the city. How you doing today, my fam?
I am doing great, sir. It's good to be here. It's good to go ahead and chop it up once again. We're man having fun doing it and just doing what we do best.
Hey, man, good stuff, man. Always good when we link up, touchdown, whatever the case may be, man. Like real family should. All right. Without further ado, let's get into it. Today's subject on episode 5 will be confidence. So, with that being said, I'm gonna touch my brother, and I'm gonna ask him what does he feel like the definition of confidence?
Yeah, I appreciate that, brother. Confidence is definitely something that a lot of people display very fairly well, and it's also something that many people do lack. But the definition of confidence to me, of course, is reliability. Is showing up and knowing that you can be trusted to do so each and every time. Uh, you know, to have a firm trust in your ability is one of the most key things that you can possibly do in life. We always talk about stuff in reference to sports, politics, music, any facet of life. We always talk about how vital confidence is. We harped on a couple shows ago with Tom Brady going to the Buccaneers and the Buccaneers being the bottom of the barrel team, you know, being the fact that they now have the greatest of all time at quarterback. Like I said, it's not so much that he's the greatest player in the NFL right now because we know that that's not true. But the confidence that he brings to that team and what the abilities that he has as a leader that he brings to the table is the fact that everybody's projecting them to at least, at the very minimum, go to the NFC Championship game and ultimately, possibly even go to the Super Bowl. So it just goes to show you how confidence is such a factor in life. You know, I may not personally like this man, but I believe if you look at Donald Trump, I really don't have anything good to say about this man at all, and JT knows this. However, if there's one thing that he's not lacking is his confidence and his ability to any situation he wants to go ahead and get himself into. I'm not stating that I agree with his strategies on how he's running the country or even carries himself as a person in reference to his policies. However, we can't say that the guy isn't, that we can't say that he's very short of confidence because he's very confident when it comes to his ability to do what he's got to do to get things done on any aspect that he's involved in. So, is there false confidence? Of course, false confidence exists. You ever heard of the phrase, you got to fake it till you make it? A lot of times, people are subjected to trying to fake it till they make it, and they're hoping they get to that point to where they make it, you know? So, I'll be honest with you. A lot of Trump's confidence, I do believe, is false because I think he's kind of just learning on the job as well. Or I would hope he's learning on the job, you know? You know what I'm saying? But for the
you just hope
most part,
you just hope he learned
yeah,
it at all.
exactly, exactly. It's a situation, fake it till you make it. So that's basically what I feel about the whole situation with confidence. And like I said, it's definitely a determining factor on how well you do in life. So the more confidence you have, the better off you're going to be able to achieve. If you lack confidence, you can't buy it at Walmart. I recommend you go ahead and you start instilling a great confidence in yourself to execute at a high level. regardless of what form of business or entity that you take place in. What's your feelings about it there, brother?
Yeah, man. Basically, I'll get more into that with the other questions I have. But basically, I'm just giving the sum of confidence here. Um, to me, it's like believing in yourself to do something. Like just like you said, you gave us some prime examples, but like you know, it's hard to achieve something if you don't have the mindset, the heart and the ability to do it. So I mean, that's just my prime example of what confidence is. So with that being said, I'm going to lead into my next question, and I'm going to let you answer this, my guy. Um, so why do you feel like confidence is important?
Well, I definitely feel like it's very important in reference to life. Like I said, the more confidence you have, the better off you're able to succeed in life. And the less confidence you have, you're more susceptible not to take the shots that you should be taking in life. Like there's a saying that states, you miss 100% of the shots that you don't take, and I'm a firm believer in that. You know, so I believe that you know the confidence that you have, it determines the effort you put in. So if you're able to actually, uh, if you're actually displaying great confidence and you're putting great confidence toward your craft or whatever facet of life that you put your greatest confidence toward, that effort's going to be shown. And many people, you know how it is, they half-ass it. That's just what they do, and it's no knock to them. We're not all built the same, and that's what makes our world great, is our differences and our diversities that makes the world different. But I truly believe that the high achievers, they truly believe in, you know, they're the type of people that are like, okay, you get out of it what you put in. And a lot of that is, of course, it harps on being dedicated, like we talked about in our show ago, you know, as well as trying to be accountable for it, which was another show that we harped on. So I believe it all ties in together. And to have great confidence, you're going to you're going to put out the max effort. And if you lack that confidence, you're just going to end up shortchanging yourself and end up on the short end of the stick. So you don't want to do that. And like I said, sometimes you're going to be in a situation you might want to fake it till you make it. And that's fine. But be fully confident in what you're doing. So then that way, not only are you really believing you're like hyping yourself up, but you also, let out that aura that people want to, follow you, and they say, hey, this guy's got it figured out. It's not so much that he's got it figured out, but he's got the confidence to take the step that needs to be taken in order to go ahead and achieve the goal that he's seeking out. So that's how I feel about that. What's your take on it, sir?
Yeah, man. I'm looking at it as, you know, like you say, times, it's crazy right now. And so the way I look at it is like if you was ever to be, an entrepreneur, if you was ever to be, you know, just whatever you felt like you want to do in your life, you have to, what I'm saying, believe in yourself to even do it, for one. And that's the background to everything. Because if you don't believe in yourself, no one else is going to believe you. All right. Then number two is like once you believe in yourself, now you got to figure out what direction you're going. All right. And then after you figure out what direction you're going, and then three is about, how you gonna move, how you gonna go about making it happen. And so it's a process in it, but it starts from the ground, and you got to have the ground to have it to grow. And once it grow, you got to have the you know what I'm saying, the audacity and the heart and the mindset to want it to grow. So I mean that's just I mean just an overall example of life and and confidence in whatever you do. Yeah. So it's like we have to have a lot of confidence in doing what we're doing right now because this is our second time around. The first time, we had obstacles coming the way, and then our heart told us to come back and do this. And it's like I feel like it's important for us to really have this confidence to do it again because we feel like the message needs to be brought out right now. And so that's why I feel like it's important because people need to get this positivity while the times are crazy right now. I mean, I feel like over time, like I said, we said before in past shows that we know it will improve eventually. But for now, while while the craziness is at an all time high, this is our chance to go ahead and deliver that message. So when you finally get to turn around, you got some people out there that like ourselves and others who are trying to make this positive movement come back.
Yeah,
Okay.
I totally agree with that, man. Definitely.
Yeah. You got anything else to add with that?
Nah, man, I'm good, man. I mean, yeah, I totally agree with what you're saying, man. And people, like I said, you know, it's our second time around, and one thing about it is, you can't be scared and you can't be shy, brother. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you got said, and it don't matter how you sound when you say it, just say what you say. You know, do what you mean and mean what you say, and just walk your path. You know what I'm saying? Like I couldn't be the type of person that'd be like, oh, I say I'm gonna do something, and then be like, oh, no, I can't do it, man, because whatever obstacles in the way in reference to, like, I don't give a damn if I got a cold. And I'm like, man, I don't want to sound like a bitch over the damn podcast, man. I don't give a shit. You know what I'm saying? If you know what I'm getting at, if you want to go ahead and put something out and you feel that you got something in your heart you want to let out, man, let it out. I mean, who cares, man? And it's like what we talked about in past shows. It's like um, you have a situation where people are very timid and they're scared of showing themselves and being their best authentic self. And it's like people are gonna judge you all day. You always gonna be subject to the court of public opinion. You know what I'm saying? But one thing that you need to understand and really take heed to is the fact that you in the game. They started, man, and a lot of times they ain't even in the stadium, man, but you on the field playing. So who cares? Do you? Display great confidence, man. You deserve it, and don't shortchange the world on what you're trying to do with your mission. So that's how I feel about that, brother.
All right, man. Good stuff. Good stuff. I feel you on that. Okay. Now it's gonna get a little bit on more on the personal side here. So my next question to you is, my brother, how does confidence impact you during your lifetime and your current lifestyle?
All right, man. Well, the way I feel about the situation with confidence impacting the personal life, I think it also impacts us professionally as well. So, for example, for me, the way I feel that confidence impacted me professionally is the fact that it allowed me to take chances that any normal person wouldn't want to take because they would be trying to play it too safe. And with me being, very confident in my ability to live my life daily the way I do, I mean, you have to be extremely confident in your ability. The only way people don't live and take risks the way they do is if they lack that confidence. So I'm a firm believer that it helps you out professionally as well as personally. And for me personally, it's impacted me greatly because the way I look at it, like I'll never forget the way I met my wife. And if I didn't have the intestinal fortitude to go ahead and introduce my wife. I mean, introduce myself to my wife the way I did, then we wouldn't be married right now. So obviously, you know, confidence is it's a great it takes a great, how can I put this? I mean, you have to be very confident if you want things in life. And I knew I wanted, a wonderful partner in life, a beautiful spouse, a great mother to my soon to be children. And I felt like if I lacked that confidence, then I wouldn't have never achieved those things. I would have just been scared. I wouldn't have ever approached her, and I would be living a miserable life. I'll put it like that. So I would like to thank confidence firsthand for the fact that not only did it help me professionally, but it also helped me in my personal life due to the fact that I was able to, execute on those laurels and just really be confident in my ability to go after what I want. And to me, my greatest achievement that I've ever experienced in this lifetime was building a family with my wife. So I'm greatly appreciative of that. And like I said, if I didn't have that confidence, then this wouldn't have never been possible. So it's impacted me personally like a great deal, as well as professionally. That's
Okay.
that's all I gotta say about that, bro. What about you?
Yeah, that's good, man. That's good. Well, for me, man, it's definitely I had to have confidence because, like I said, I was growing up. I was mainly antisocial. I didn't really be around no one. I was more of a self person. So, I mean, for me to do anything that involved people, I was almost like, man, am I ready to do this? Because I'm just not that type of people. I mean, person to be around people like that, especially a lot of people, you know. But even because I know how some people are, I know how the world's going. I just don't rock with a lot of people like that. But you know, at some point you do have to cross people because that's just the way it is. The world's too big and there's too much going on to not come across people. So like, especially when I had joined the military and everything like that, it was like what am I doing myself? And like I say, even though I didn't know I was going to be ever going to the military, so no one else knew I was going to the military. So I'm sure they were shocked just as much as I was. But I felt like I had to have some type of wave of confidence to help me. What I'm saying, leave where I was currently living at, just to go and meet new people, see the world, voice myself. Because once you get in environments like that, you can't be like antisocial and self-centered stuff like that. You have to voice yourself. You have to make yourself presently known. And so, and that would help me throughout the time that I was in too, and actually going to different places that I had no clue about. You just got to feel like you belong, even if like you don't have to overdo it or be somebody you're not, but you just have to feel like you can survive anywhere. And so, that was the conference that I had, coming up and up until this date here. And just like now, because the way the economy and stuff is going on right now, the way the jobs are and stuff like that, you have to think like, okay, well, what are you going to do now? You can't just let life hit you in the face because they'll just run right over you. So you got to come up with a game plan. Sometimes you might have a little time to do it. Sometimes you may not. But I guess this is where we come back in with this second time around that we said before, because, hey, there's something else that we really have to believe in ourselves to carry ourselves from now to the future. And hopefully we can get the rest of the wave of people to rock with us on the winning team, the positive team. We'll see how that goes in due time. But for right now, We just gonna make it happen right now, and we'll go from there. And you got anything else to add about that question?
Nah, brother, that was all of it in a nutshell. So hell yeah, be confident, be confident.
Okay, okay. Well, this is gonna lead me to my last question, my guy, and this is so if there's a person out there who you might know or witness that might have a struggle with confidence, but they want to gain that confidence, what would you tell that person?
I would basically tell them to stop settling for less, man. If and this goes with anything that anything great, in life. You know, you really have to start focusing in on what you're missing out on. And what a lot of people are scared of, they're scared of pain. They're scared of failure. They're scared of rejection. You know what I'm saying? And if people understood when you put your best foot forward and you're putting your best possible output out there, you can push past the pain. You can push past the possible rejection. You know what I'm saying? You can actually thrive. And like I said, this confidence, man, that allows you, to push past that suffering, man. There's glory on the other side, man. There absolutely is glory on the other side, you know. And I go through this a lot whenever I'm running. And I mean these runs, they start taking a toll on you. Okay? No matter if you're doing a 5K, 10K, half marathon, marathon, ultra marathon, 200 miles, whatever your vice is, whatever your flavor is when it comes to being an adrenaline junkie and going through pain, right? All this stuff takes a toll on you. But when you get through the obstacles that you're gonna get through, I mean, there's nothing better than having that high of knowing that you were going through pain and suffering and you were able to come out of the other side of it, not only accomplishing it, but becoming better from it. Just being the fact that it was you against your mind, against your body breaking down. You know what I'm saying? And that's a good feeling. I experienced that in running, you know, where you have a lot of people that they deal with, things on a certain aspect of, they're scared of rejection, they're scared of that pain, they're scared of that suffering, you know, and you can't be that way. You know, if you believe that you're gonna live this life of you're trying to get away from, you're trying to get away from the pain and you want to just live life easy and all this other stuff. I'll be honest with you, man. People like that, they don't grow, and when you don't grow, you start dying. You know what I'm saying? So you have to ensure that you're doing the best that you can and not settling for less. You always have to look at yourself and your situation. If you're not happy with your situation and you're looking around at your situation, you're like, man, I'm not happy with the results that I'm getting here. Then you need to take a long look in the mirror and look at yourself. And you need to say, what am I doing wrong? And what do I need to do to become better? Okay, man, all right. Maybe I need to go ahead. I got to clean up my diet a little bit. Man, okay, you know, maybe I need to go to church a little bit more. If you feel like you need to be closer to your creator and that's your solution, you know, maybe you're like, damn, man, like, dude, I'm almost in my 60s and I don't even have $100 in the bank. It ain't never too late. Start investing a little bit of money, knock out some of your debt, put some money away, get some financial advice. You know what I'm saying? To be quite honest with you, a lot of times we are our own worst enemy. And if we're able to actually do what we have to do to catapult ourselves forward, you know, we would live the lives that we were meant to live. So we need to quit the nonsense. We need to quit the noise. Your situation can't change if you don't change. Stop settling for less. Stop being scared of the pain, the suffering. Stop regretting how life is. You can change it right now. Like as we speak, right now, you can change it right now. If you want to stop listening to me, you can change it right now and start taking charge. That's my take on it, brother.
Okay, okay, yeah, definitely, definitely good examples there. I'm gonna probably go along those same lines. Okay, for one, I would say, hey, look, whatever you did prior to today is your past. You know, of course, you're not gonna forget where you came from. You probably won't forget your journey, but in order for you to move on from today on to the future, that cannot be a hindrance in what you got going on. Okay. Then, as of today, you have to figure out what's your next step. What do you really want to do? And then, once you figure that out, you have to figure out now what direction I need to take, what advice or help I need to get. And so, confidence is not all about trying to find it yourself. You know, I know it's hard out here when people say you can't trust no one, but there are good people out in the world. They probably come few and far fetched, but you know, your mind, your heart is all have to give you that signal to figure out who those people are, and being around the right environment, the right people, those things will get you where you need to go. And so it's one of the things where you just gotta believe that whatever you want to do from here on out is going to happen. Like you don't know like in detail on how the story going to go, but what you do know is you need to start your story so you can have an end result of your story. And that's pretty much all I got to say about that last question. Do you have anything else to add?
Now that's it, brother, man. You get it all in the nutshell, man. So, you want to go ahead and determine your fate. Uh, you could either have a lack of confidence and don't do anything, or you could start mustering up some and live out your best life. Because today is the first day of the rest of your life. Execute on that. That's all I got to say.
Hey, that's facts, brother. That's facts, brother. Well, this right here will conclude episode 5 of Rolo Runs the City with JT podcast with the topic of confidence. We're definitely glad and thank you for tuning into the show. Felt like we definitely gave some good nuggets for the people to hear. Hope you take that and use it to your availability, and hopefully it works out well for you. I'm hoping you could probably touch someone else with the same message. And we're gonna let Rolo C take us out.
Yes, sir. Obviously, you guys know. Be sure to hit us up on our social media platforms. You can hit me up on Instagram at Rolo Runs the City. You can hit up my man on Instagram, JT at So Amazing 24/7. You could also hit me up on Twitter at Rolo Runs the City. And feel free to check out YouTube. Okay? YouTube. I am on there as well. Type in Rolo Runs the City, and I'm going to pop right on up. We'd like to appreciate the great people of Anchor.fm for making it happen for us. And go ahead and check out us on Spotify as well as Apple Podcasts. We're pretty much anywhere where podcasts can be listened to. So definitely check us out. Very grateful, very appreciative of the opportunity that we've been given to go ahead and tell you what we know. And like I said, you guys can feel free to hit us up and let us know some show topics maybe that you may want us to talk about, or shout us a holler, or tell us to go somewhere. We like that too. Doesn't matter. Anyway, this is Rolo, and that my man is JT. This is Rolo Runs the City podcast with JT, and we are out. We will see you on the next episode. 6 will be coming soon. Take care and Godspeed.
All right, later.